As children of God, we know sometimes that life can be difficult, and sometimes life in this world can be just very, very unpleasant. Well, we always have the comfort of knowing that this world is not the finality. This world is not where we're going to live forever. In John chapter 13, Jesus had been telling his disciples about some things that were about to happen, about his going away and his death and the betrayal and all the different things that made it very challenging for the disciples. Beginning in chapter 14, he kind of shifts gears a little bit, and he has them to take the perspective of remembering that this life is not what it's just all about. And he tells them, in my Father's house are many mansions. He begins to change the view from just this world to the next world, to heaven. And often as Christians, that's what we do. We think about heaven and the great comfort and the great blessing that that can bring to us. And in telling them about heaven, he says that it's my Father's house. And in it are many, most translations say mansions. The idea is rooms. There's a place in my Father's house for everyone. Everyone can belong. And then he added, if it were not so, I would have told you. Jesus said, I'm being completely upfront with you about this, and this is the way that it really is going to be. And then he said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. He told them he was going to go away. Now he tells them a little bit more about it, and you and me too, that he's going to prepare a place for his disciples. And he says, and if I go to prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you into myself, that where I am, there you may be also. That word if, when Jesus says, if I go, sometimes we use the word if to mean something that's questionable. But in this case, it doesn't mean questionable. It's more like the idea of since, S-I-N-C-E. Jesus had already said, I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go to prepare a place, I will come again and receive you. It's kind of like if I were to say, I'm going to Washington, D.C., and if I'm going to Washington, D.C., I'm going to see the Lincoln Memorial. I'm really saying I'm going to Washington, D.C., and since I'm going to see this particular site. Jesus said, since I'm going, because I'm going, this is what I'm going to do for you. And not only am I going to do something up there, I'm going to come back, receive you, and you and I will be together for all eternity. The great comfort, the great blessing spoken so many years ago that still gives great comfort and great blessing to us today.